Good morning.
Good morning.
Say hi to YouTube.
No, too tired.
Say it.
Hi.
Oh, there's my pretty girl. Good morning. Oh, there's my pretty girl. What's up, you guys? Good morning. I'm gonna try to not talk too loud because my sister's actually still sleeping. She's visiting, and Chris is kind of getting up right now. So I kind of wanted to do a full day of eating today for you guys because I feel like I haven't done that in a while. You guys see that I got on the scale and I weigh 121.3. My comfortable weight's around 115. I don't want to exactly cut, but I do want to start watching what I eat more, and just being more on a schedule of working out and stuff, because like the first week of quarantine it was pretty rough. I felt like I kind of drank anything I wanted to, I ate everything I wanted to, and there was just no boundaries whatsoever. So last week I got on the scale and I was 121.7, and I was pretty on it for like 4 or 5 days, and then I didn't want to binge, but I did drink and eat, still watching what I ate but more intuitively this weekend. So I'm about a half a pound down, I guess, but I'm okay with that. I'm not in a rush to lose weight. I just want to get back on the schedule, get my body going again. So the first thing is first, coffee in the morning. And a lot of people ask me like what I put in my coffee, all that. I use donut coffee, or I'll do Starbucks from Costco. So that's exactly how I make my coffee. 15 grams of sugar-free Coffee Mate. Normally I have a couple different flavors in the refrigerator and then just one Splenda, and that's it. And also sometimes I'll do decaf breakfast blend. This one's like Walmart. This is the one I have right now. Because sometimes I don't like caffeine in the morning. It just depends on what kind of morning I'm having. So I'm pretty tired this morning. So I'm actually having it caffeine. And now I'm gonna make breakfast. Okay guys, so real quick before I do my breakfast, I wanted to show you guys actually what I feed Flexi, because a lot of people ask like what she's eating and what she's on and stuff like that. So she can't exactly eat by herself. She had to relearn everything literally from the brain injury. And I think I'm going to do a whole YouTube video on that because her journey is pretty incredible, to say the least. But we have to feed her special food and we have to assist her eating because she can't exactly eat by herself and she doesn't exactly chew. It's kind of hard to explain, but we've been feeding her this for the last 4 months, and we feed her about three scoops a day. It's really good for her. She actually weighs 2.1 pounds as of a couple days ago, which is really good because she has never been over 2 pounds. So we feed her that, and then also we feed her this Royal Canin food. It's super small. And we put a bowl on the ground for her, and we kind of let her figure it out by herself. She makes a mess, but she doesn't really chew it so much, but she kind of swallows it. They're so small that she can swallow it, but she still goes over there and she tries to eat and sniffs it and understands that it is actually food, because there was a while there to where she wouldn't even react to food at all. She didn't really know what food was. So she's come a long way. But anyway, this is what we're feeding her. Hey guys, now I'm going to show you what I have for breakfast. It's very simple and it's normally my staple breakfast. If you guys have been following me for a while, you will literally see that I eat the same thing for the most part, especially when I'm watching what I eat. When I'm not watching what I eat, I normally eat bacon included with this breakfast, but that's about it. I'm pretty simple. So I have my coffee, and then I just have still cut oats, and I do Costco Kirkland egg whites. And the reason why I do these ones normally is because they're super cheap compared to other ones like you're gonna get in Safeway and stuff. I think it comes with like 6, and it's maybe like $12 or something. It's pretty cheap. I forget exactly the price, but it's definitely the best bang for your buck when it comes to egg whites. So I will show you guys. This is my scale right now. But the funny thing is, I'll show you guys. People always ask me like, what scale do you use? And honestly, this is a scale, that's a scale, this is a scale, that's a scale. So I have several different scales that I use, but this is the scale that I'm using right now. And normally for scales like this, it's really good because it has the grams, kilograms, ounces, pounds. And basically this is how I do it. I set my bowl here and you want to zero it out. And then you actually put this in here, and I do 40 grams, so let's change it to grams of oats. So scales are really good if you are really looking to get shape or just know what's going in and out of your body. People are like, oh, it's too much work, but honestly, it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it.
To speak, you're quick to change your mind.
So you guys just saw I weighed out my oats, 40 grams. And the only seasonings that I use is garlic salt, this garlic salt, and a little bit of pepper in my egg whites. I cook that on the stove, and then for my oats, this is a very common question too, I do not use almond milk. You can use almond milk, but I just don't. I've always used just water.
And I know it's me that followed you in blind. I could say that you didn't.
Okay guys, so this is the finished product, egg whites and oats. Super simple, super plain. I also wanted to talk about my supplements that I'm taking. So this is a multivitamin. These are my omegas. This is for my hair, nails, and skin. And then this is my calming supplement that I have been working on. I told you guys about it. Well, kind of told you guys about it, but it helps with anxiety. It's one of my products that is coming out with my supplement line, which I'm super excited about, and I take these every single day to help with my anxiety. And they are anxiety and mood. They are absolutely amazing. I'm super excited to launch that supplement. What's up, you guys? So I've actually been working on YouTube videos, and I normally try to eat like every 3 to 4 hours, but it's probably been about that. I think I ate like around 10, so it's about 4 hours. It's 2 o'clock right now. I'm gonna have a salad, and this is the salad that I normally get. I get it from Safeway, and it's like 2 for $4 normally, so it's super cheap. But I like this salad because it's just easy to throw in a bowl. And Chris normally eats the entire bag, so he just has to enter literally the bag. But I'm not gonna weigh it. I'm just going to eat half of it because it's just easier that way. And salad is very, very low in calories, no fat, very little carbs. So I am going to use that, and then I am going to top it with tuna, 1 can of tuna, which is about 26 grams. And I had 2 options. I had tuna that's actually soaked in oil or tuna in water. So tuna in water is going to be a lot less fattening, so I'm doing tuna in water. And then for my salad dressing, when I do tuna salads, I normally just top it with salt and lime, and that is a legit no calorie dressing. But the dressing I normally use, I'll normally use like fat-free ranch, or I'll use fat-free Italian dressing. Those are normally my dressings. So I'm gonna put this all together, super easy. Oh, and then I'm gonna have a couple celery sticks, kind of just to snack on. I like big salads because it fills you up and it's not a lot of calories.
But you wanted me. Maybe I was wrong, even once wasn't anything. So if we had another chance, I would never let you steal my.
Okay Okay guys, so I'm gonna have my midday kind of snack. It's kind of a meal, I guess you could say. I'm gonna have a scoop of protein, and then I'm going to have 2 caramel rice cakes, the Quaker ones. So I normally have a protein shake per day just to get my protein intake in, but my carbs are pretty low today, so I will be having 2 of these as well. What's up guys? So it is now 6:15 p.m. and I've literally been at my computer all day, and I feel like in quarantine, because I really just don't go anywhere, not even the gym right now, I literally am in my pajamas all day as anybody else in their house with no makeup on and pajamas most of the day. Please comment and let me know that I'm not alone. So like I said, I do apologize. I feel like this video is probably pretty boring, but I feel like a lot of you guys actually request this. So something that I wanted to show you guys, it's actually just got clean, this part of it did, but I just opened up my air fryer finally, and that piece goes into this, and this is something that I've been using a lot this last week, because I started cutting last week. So I've used that already maybe 4 or 5 times. And what I mainly cook in there is my chicken, and normally I have chicken breasts, but I found these at Costco and they're like 14 bucks for this bag. And it's actually ready cut chicken breasts that are frozen, and you can literally stick them in the air fryer. I probably do about 10 to 12 ounces of this. I stick it in the air fryer and I put it in there for 350 heat, and then for about 15 minutes. But I'm not like super good at the air fryer yet. I feel like you kind of just have to learn as you go, and the more you do it, the better you'll get at it type thing. It's almost like you have to practice with it. So highly recommend these. These are a complete game changer. You get them at Costco. I haven't seen them anywhere else. I literally saw them on Instacart, and because I get all my groceries and everything through Instacart, and I also have Costco delivered through Instacart. So I don't know why I'm out of breath, but try those, you guys. And if you guys don't have an air fryer, highly recommend it. I've literally had this air fryer since December, I think. November, December, and I've been procrastinating, and I just took it out and started using it because there's really not much to do on quarantine. So I've literally been like organizing and doing all these things, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to use this thing.
Maybe I was wrong, even once wasn't anything.
So this ends up being 170 grams of carbs, and then the chicken is 4 ounces. And the veggies I don't really weigh too much. It's maybe like 30 grams of veggies, which is, it's probably about 5 to 10 calories. So it's not that big of a deal. For the most part, I do weigh the veggies though, but there's literally just a few pieces from leftovers, so I did not weigh that. I have been editing YouTubes for you guys because I'm back on the grind with YouTube, which I'm super excited about. And then I have a challenge going on, so I have been checking in with all my clients, and then I have a ton of new clients that are signing up for the 6-week at-home program that I'm offering for $99. The challenge is closed, but you still can get 6 weeks of coaching for the quarantine. If you guys are bored, you guys need something to do, for $99. Normally it's $375 for me to coach you. So it's a really good value, and it's not going to be going on for that much longer. So if you guys want to check it out, I will put the link down below. I am actually going to eat some leftovers, and this basically is a homemade childhood recipe that my mom used to make when I was younger. So I haven't seen her in a while, so I got the recipe from her and I learned how to make it.
What you want to me. Maybe I was wrong, even once wasn't anything.
And as you guys know, I love diet soda. I probably have like 1 or 2 a day, and then I drink a lot of water. But this is mainly for my treat. I treat this like as a treat for me because it's sweet and it's super cold and just crisp and super good. Diet Dr. Pepper, Diet Coke, or Coke Zero is normally my pick. Okay, you guys, so super long, busy day. I hope this video isn't that boring, but the point of this video is just to show you guys what I ate for the day, because it's always a very highly requested video. I am going to have my favorite snack of the day. I am not a sweets person. I'm more of like a salty, savory. Is that how you say it, Chris? Yeah. Salty, savory person. So I love spicy stuff too. So what I do is I have a serving of this, which is 28 grams. And Pop Chips are really good because the calories are really low, the carbs are a lot lower, and then the fats are also a lot lower. So I do the sea salt ones, and then they have a couple of other ones that are really good too. I top it with tapatio, and then I put tahini, and then fresh lime on it. Eating a can of chili before I go to bed because it fits in my macros, and that's kind of just what's easy right now, and it looks good. So this is what I am going to eat for my last meal. Hey guys, so I have a little bit of calories left, and Chris is in my fitness pal right now, and he's gonna explain because he's pretty good at explaining things and makes it very simple. I'll seriously talk all day, so I kind of wanted to have him tell you in his words because he's very smart. And so
Okay, so we're gonna open the MyFitnessPal app. This is what Jessica's eaten so far today. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. You can actually label these and put as many meals as you want. So she said 975 calories, and currently, if you click on nutrition and then you choose calories, nutrients, macros, you can see what you've had so far. So she said 96 carbs, 20 fat, and 91 protein. Her goal is gonna be 150 carbs. How much fat?
40 fat.
40 fat and 130 protein.
Yeah.
So this can of chili, the entire can, is pretty close to that. So I'm just gonna go here to dinner and click add food. You can put it wherever you want, but I'm gonna do dinner, and then I'm gonna click this barcode option, and then I'm gonna scan the barcode.
Yeah, you guys, it's that simple. Literally, you can actually scan your food too with any barcode on my fitness app. My Fitness Pal app.
And so each serving is 34 grams of carbs, 14 fat, and 19 protein. But if you look here, per container, it's 22, 56, and 32. So that's actually about 1.55 servings roughly. And so anyway, how do I know that? Because I just matched the macros up, because it didn't have an option. Sometimes it'll have an option, and you can click number of servings, fraction, decimal. You can change the serving size. Sometimes it'll say serving, and then sometimes it'll say whole container. This one doesn't, so I just had to go by, you know, the thing, you know, whatever. Anyway, so then click the check mark to add it, and then we can check the macros again.
Okay guys, so that is the breakdown of the app that I use daily. I kind of wanted him to show you guys because he just gave you like a rough outline on how it works. There's a lot to it, so if you guys are interested in downloading it, that's what I use, that's what he uses, that's what my sister uses. Like most of the fitness industry uses that app because it's very thorough, right? Like,
yeah,
and it's super simple.
Network for
yeah, it has like every type of food, and any barcode that you scan, like 99%, you're gonna find it in there. It's gonna find it for you like super quick. It'll plug in the numbers.
You just have to always double check though, because sometimes it's wrong. Like sometimes you'll scan it and it'll be for something else. So just double check everything and make sure you have that it matches the label.
Exactly. And then the last thing that I wanted to kind of cover was how a scale works, and should you be measuring in grams and ounces, measuring food cooked or uncooked, and what the proper way to do that is in this video. So Chris is going to explain it for you guys.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter if you measure in grams or ounces, as long as you're, I mean, I think grams is going to be more precise because there's 28 grams in 1 ounce. So most scales will measure, like this one, for example, will measure in grams, ounces, kilograms, pounds. But basically, 28 grams is 1 ounce. So a lot of the labels are written like this. So if you want to get one serving of this, it'd be 1 ounce or 28 grams, which is roughly 23 chips. If you just try to count out 23 chips, you're going to be kind of off. So that's why it's always important to measure if you're trying to be really precise and really hit your macros. So 28 grams will give you 4.5 grams of fat, 19 carbs, and 2 protein. The nutrition label is always written based on how the food comes. So unless it says otherwise. So like if you get a thing of chicken and it says 4 ounces is 23 grams of protein, that's for 4 ounces of raw chicken. If you cook it, it's going to change weight because you're going to lose water weight when it cooks. But you didn't actually lose any protein when you cooked it. You just lost some weight because of the water. So the most accurate thing to do is measure it raw. But that might not be convenient or feasible all the time. So I use different macros for grilled chicken versus raw chicken. Raw chicken, you can find the macros for that on the label that you buy it usually. But if you get it like straight from a butcher, if it's skinless, boneless, then the USDA website has all that. But again, you can also just look it up in MyFitnessPal. It's usually between like 1 to 2 grams of fat, assuming that you're trimming the fat, and about 23 grams of protein for 4 ounces raw. Ground beef depends on the cut. Like 93.7 is gonna have more fat than 96.4, and 80.20 is gonna have more fat than 93.7. So that is gonna be way different if it's raw versus cooked, because the fat content is going to cook out a little bit too. So I don't know, especially with ground beef and steak, I always measure it raw and then cook it and then eat it, obviously, but I base it on the raw weight.
I feel like I measure my oats and my like potatoes, like all my carbs in grams, and then all my proteins in ounces. I think that's just a bad habit, probably, right?
No, it's fine.
It's not? Okay.
No, yeah, that's because that's how it's written on the thing. Like it says like 4 ounces of chicken.
Yeah, normally, yeah.
Yeah, and then you're dealing with a
and
larger.
then chips is like grams. I feel like the lighter stuff is grams normally.
Yeah.
But I may be wrong.
No, that's pretty much right.
Okay, you have anything else to share about macros?
So serving peanut butter is 33 grams. You're not going to be like 1.1 ounces, so it just makes sense to measure that in grams.
Okay. Because some people are always like, I get asked that question so much.
28 grams is
and I don't know how to say like, oh, well, sometimes it's just easier for grams versus ounces or ounces versus grams, but.
I wish we had a measuring cup real quick because I could show you. You could put a cup of oats and it's almost always more than 40 grams. That's why it's important, like with things like oats, to measure out 40 grams, because if you try to do a cup, it usually ends up being like 50, 55 grams or something.
Yeah, true.
It's based on volume. Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people that measure like that, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like they don't actually, like, you guys, scales are like $15 on Amazon, no joke. So
$10
if you can,
actually.
If you can grab a scale
for like a really cheap one.
Extremely
this one's super nice. I like it a lot.
Convenient. So thank you, Chris, for that.
Do you measure Flexi in grams or ounces?
We measure her in pounds, don't we? Because pounds and ounces. But she was ounces for a while because she was like, I don't know, just a couple ounces really, 1 pound. And I will plug in all the macros and my calories that I hit for the day and what my macros are at the moment. My macros kind of just change bi-weekly if I need to. I kind of just see how my body's responding to things, how I'm feeling, and I go off that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this full day of eating. I hope you guys learned something about counting macros and learning how to weigh your food and stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys liked this video, and make sure to comment below, and I do my best to comment back to you guys.
Your heartbeat